Salam. In the last lecture, we discussed what is a Sajda and what is al masjid, what is the meaning of Sajda. In lecture 148, I explained from the Quranic verses that this present form of Sajda, which is they are doing in the 5-time prayers, is not the Sajda of the Quran. So that Sajda causes some infection on forehead, on the knees. So this is the lecture today. I would like to explain that this Sajda is not a Quranic Sajda, and sometimes it causes heart attack and other disease. So let me start the hadith, which they or the Muslim priesthood, they give the reference of this hadith that Prophet marks on forehead. So when you do the prostration, so sometimes you have black mark on your forehead. So this is the topic of today. Prostration causes parasitic infection. This is an infection on forehead, a wake-up call. The Quran does not mention, so why they are doing that? So let us begin with the hadith that mentioned the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon, bearing a mark on his forehead from prostration. So this is the hadith literature, and that is why in our culture or in the Muslim, they intentionally put their forehead or head on the earth and grind it so that they can create this black mark on their forehead. So scholars generally explain this is a sign of his deep devotion. So when you have any mark on your forehead, so the priesthood, Islamic priesthood said that this man is praying the 5-time prayers, with devotion, with deep devotion, rather than as evidence that a physical mark is either a prerequisite for piety or a special blessing from God. So this is their whole theory, that it's a very piety and it's a special blessing from God, and this is a evidence of that you are deeply or with devotion you are offering your prayer. Okay, I put the note. The note, Quran does not recognize any messenger by the name of Muhammad. No. So how they are doing that? Rather than the term appears in 4 verses as a common noun, signify any individual who performs praiseworthy work for the better of society, that is known as Muhammad. It can be Jew, it can be Muslim, it can be Hindu. If you do some praiseworthy work for the community, for the country, for the nation, that person is Muhammad. And Alhamdulillah is from him. Hamidun, Hamad, same root. Hamidun, same root. Therefore, any person, regardless race, religion, gender, or nationality, who undertakes commendable and constructive action may be described as a Muhammad. And in Saudi Arabia, I had experience when Saudi they does not know the name of the person and they went to call him. They call that Tal Muhammad. Muhammad come. They don't know this person, but they are using this phrase in the form of common noun. Moreover, the Quran makes no reference to the 5 daily Zoroastrian style supplication later adopted into Islamic ritual practice. So this is 5 times prayer was Zoroastrian, and we have borrowed from them because to run our business franchise or dollar franchise, religious dollar franchise. The darkened patch, commonly referred to as a zabiba. The Arab calls them zabiba. Mark of prostration. When any person has this mark, so they call it is a zabiba, is frequently observed among devout Muslim men who perform the 5 daily prayers. Medically, it develops through repeated friction and pressure of the forehead against the ground during sajda, prostration. So this is caused by the pressure or friction on the floor, on the ground of the mosque during sajda. Over time, this results in localized hyperpigmentation. So this is kind of color-changing disease, skin thickening or even modular changes. So this is known as hyperpigmentation. This is the medical term. Okay. The social and cultural prospect of Zabiba. The mark has developed a cultural significance in some regions of Egypt. In Egypt, this is a social that you must have the zabiba on your forehead. The zabiba is particularly common among men in Egypt, where it has historically been a public display of piety and religious observance. So this man is a very religious person. He is a very pious because he has the black sign on the middle of his forehead. So this is a certificate that this man is very pious man and he devotedly offers the praying. In Egypt, as highlighted by Michael Slackman, 2007 New York Times article, he was posted in Egypt for New York Times. So he wrote an article about that. The zabiba has become a highly visible marker of religiosity, symbolizing pity on a society where public displays of faith are increasingly emphasized. So this is the New York Times. Michael, he wrote this that in Egypt, this is a social symbol or the religious person because he has the black mark on his forehead, on his head. For many men, the zabiba function as a badge of the devotion, similar in symbolical function to the hijab for women. So in Arab, all the Middle East, hijab is the worst kind of slavery for women. And I don't know why the women are taking this hijab or cover themselves. And when they take the hijab, They could not take the fresh air. For women, in the Middle East, it's a kind of slavery because the man proved that he is superior than woman. And the hijab is a kind of slavery over there. Although worn the pride as a sign of faith, medically the zabiba is a form of friction-induced dermatization. Dermatization, characterized by chronic skin change such as hyperpigmentation. So it's a chronic disease. It is on the, knees, it is on the forehead. Like moles, scars, or infection, which can warrant clinical evaluation. So rarely these prayer marks have been linked to systematic illness. A 2001 case report in 2001 In 2001, case report by Dr. Sharma described a 45-year-old Muslim man who developed forehead and knee lesions in the month preceding an acute coronary syndrome. So he reported that not only on the forehead, but this syndrome was on the knees of the leg. The authors named this presentation the Namaaj sign. It's a Persian word, Namaaj. Indian, they say it Namaaj. Pakistani say Namaaz, they say Namaaz. So he put the name of the disease, that Namaaj sign, and suggested that such lesion through usually kind may in exceptional cases serve as a clinical pointer of underlying health stress. In this way, the Biba acts at the intersection of religious symbolism, culture, identity, and medical observation, a mark celebrated socially as a proof of piety, yet also understand clinically a manifestation of repetitive mechanical trauma and in rare cases a potential signal of deeper pathology. So the Dr. Sharma, he made the search, he gave the name, Namaaz sign, then it is repetition during the, praying, it caused this, trauma. So this is a deeper pathology. Look, let me show you this. This sign or this black spot, this is hyperpigmented area over the middle of the forehead. This over here. It is because of the non-Quranic sajda. Then you have also this hyperpigmented area on the knees. Look. So these are the disease. Pigmented disease, changes the color of the skin. Dr. Sharma Dwivedi acknowledged by introducing the term Namaaj sign. So this is the terminology in medical. Prolonged Islamic prayers may induce continuous cuts referred to as the Namaaj sign by Dr. Sharma. The prayer sequences involve 4 positions: Waqaf, standing; Raku, bowing; Sajda, prostration; and Julus, sitting. He referred this. Lesions predominantly occur on the forehead, elbows, knees, and ankle. This elbows and knees and ankle also. If you see the person who is very religious, so you will find these 4 signs, 4 black, spot on the forehead, elbows, knees, and ankles. Okay. With rare involvement of the nasal bridge during sajda, repetitive friction of the forehead against the ground or prayer rug leads to the localized dermatological changes, including hyperpigmentation. So these are the disease when you go into a qiyam or waqf or ruku, bowing, sajda. So it affect your forehead, elbows, knees, and ankles. So this is hyperpigmentation disease. Now, caution to the Muslim believer from the pollution of the dirt and dust of the old praying carpets. So these carpets, they are 20 years old, and they have all the dust and fungi, allergies. In Mecca and Medina, I stay over there 40 years. Almost every person gets sick during the Umrah or Hajj. You know this thing. Because of there is a not cleaning. There is a million of cockroach in the Zamzam water area. And carpet, there is no carpet, but in some places they put carpet. So carpets and rugs may trap pollen and allergies like dust, mites, pet, dander, cockroaches, allergens, particle pollution, lead, mold, spores, pesticides, dirt and dust. So these are the things in the rug or the carpet. Toxic gases in the air can stick to small particles that settle into carpets. So all the dust, if there is a storm or if there is a rain, so this is the best place for the dirt, for the dust. Toxic gases in the air can stick to small particles that settle into carpets. Carbon dioxide, other toxic gases. These pollutants may become airborne during renovation, vacuum, or even walking on the carpet. Certain carpet types, including shag or other high pile varieties, as well as carpet older than 10 years, typically have higher levels of pollens and allergens. If a large area is covered in a carpet, it may be very difficult to remove indoor air pollens and allergens. During sajda or prostration on the ground can cause you various health problems like allergies, respiratory issues, and skin irritation. So especially the old people, they get this disease from this old carpet. or dirty carpet. Dust mites, a common allergen found in a carpets. This is I have, you know, being a chemical engineer, I tested it. Can trigger asthma, allergic rhinitis, hay fever, and asthma. Dirty carpets can also harbor mold and bacteria. This mold, where there is a, wetness or water and dust, the mold, develop over there, and other bacteria. And you cannot use on the carpet chlorine because it will decolor the color of carpet. So these are the all carpets in the mosque or in Mecca or in Medina, they are the source of disease. Mold, you will get asthma, you will get other disease, allergies, irritation, respiratory issues. So this I'm informing you. And this is because this Namaaj by Dr. Sharma explained, he does not know that this Namaaj is not in the Quran. They made themselves. Dirty carpet can also harbor mold and bacteria, potentially causing or exacerbating skin condition like athlete, foot, and stomach upset. So these are the disease you will get from Umrah, from Hajj, and all these mosques where they made the money in the name of Muhammad, Allah, and Quran. So this is you are getting all the disease from there. In 2023, there was a news of cockroach attack on Kaaba. I was aware because I work on that area. A flash flood fall on the Kaaba, on the millions of the people who came to the celebrate Ramadan. They were opening the fast. A minute after the rain stopped, millions of cockroaches came out from under the ground in the vicinity of Zamzam fountain. So the prayer was stopped and everyone ran away. This happened in 2023 because there's a lot of humidity under the where they're making the tawaf under that. And where there's humidity and water, that is the best place for the growth of the cockroach and the insect. Now the question is this, they were opening the fast. Why Allah did not protect them from this cockroach? There are millions of cockroaches. Everybody ran away. The haram was empty. So this is their Allah. He could not protect them from the cockroach. Now the Quranic analysis of the term sajda or prostration. 53. فَسَجَدُوا لِلَّهِ وَعَبَدُوا. So say welcome to Allah's law with free will. فَسَجَدُوا. Welcome, greet, honor, not the sajda. What they are doing. And utilizes all your abilities, capability, economical resources, and intellectual level for the establishment, peace and safety in the society. Abadu. This is the meaning of sajda, not this mechanical, performance for the non-Quranic supplication. What is a sajda? You have to say welcome Allah's laws, justice laws, economy laws, with free will, not by force. Sajda means when your mind satisfied after analyzing, after examining, then He ordered you, yes, this is a sajda. Famadu, utilize your abilities, potentialities, thinking, resources. How you can make the sajda of the Quran, just utilize your capability for the peace and prosperity. This is a sajda. Another definition I'll give you. وَمِنْ آيَاتُ اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ وَالشَّمْسُ وَالْقَمَرِ لَا تَسْجُدُوا لِلشَّمْسِ وَلَا الْقَمَرِ وَاسْجُدُوا لِلَّهِ الَّذِي خَلَقَهُنَّ إِن كُنتُمْ إِيَّاهُ تَعْبُدُونَ. And from his sign or verses or proof, وَمِنْ آيَاتِ, the worries and anxieties, layl, it does not mean night. Al-layl, proper noun. And enlightenment of dawn of the society. So freshness and darkness, ignorance, all forms of robbery against humanity and the venomous force of resistance, stubbornness and enmity. This is al-shams. It is not a sun. It is al-shams. It means robbery against humanity and vehement forces of resistance, stubbornness and enmity. All our rulers, they are doing this. They are all al-shams. They are robbing their people, all the religious people. They are robbing their people in the name of Allah, in the name of Muhammad, in the name of, Quran. They are robbing. So this is a warning from the Quran that your anxiety or your refreshment in the society or enlightenment, it is depend all form of robberies. And environmental deception, confusion or blindness to the right way welcomer. It does not mean moon. It is a welcomer. And the comer meaning is this: environmental deception, confusion or blindness to the right way. So all our rulers, all our leaders, all our political leaders, they are doing that. If you protect yourself from all these disease, robbery, using the vehement force of the people against the people, or confusion or blindness, this is a sajda. This is sajda. Not this, in the mouth you go for sajda to get the disease, virus, algae. Do not yield or submit to these forms of robbery, resistance, stubbornness, enmity, or confusion. Do not yield. This is a sajda. Instead, incline and salute to Allah, the lawgiver. So instead of, this is a sajda definition the Quran is giving, and the society, all kind of robbery, banking, union, insurance, and taking the high profit, and stubbornness, enmity, confusion of the religion. If you protect yourself, don't yield yourself or submit yourself to these diseases. This is the meaning of sajda. Instead, incline and salute. Don't honor that. Don't incline to that. So what you should incline to, salute to Allah or honor. Incline or honor and salute to Allah, the one who fashioned these laws. Alladhi khalaqahunna. Fashioned these laws, values, economic values, social values, justice values in the Quran, numerous places. If you truly apply your innate abilities and resources for Him alone. In kuntum ayyahum ta'bidun. Again the word ta'bidun. Here the word ta'bidun also. And this is also abada, babidu, same. So sajda means, according to the Quran, that you should utilize your thinking, your innate wisdom, your all kind of resources or wealth for to stop the robbery of our rulers or confusion or the enmity they have created. So this is the meaning of sajda. Now I think I have explained clearly, so in future, don't go for this sajda. You will get the disease from there. And all the people are naked feet. Moreover, you are wasting billions of gallons of water. All over the world there are 2.5 million mosques. So this is a crime you are doing because there is a no wudu, no ghusl in the Quran. When you perform this supplication, doing wudu or sajda, ruku, it is a rebellious action against the Quran. And what you are getting? Look, if you make any new thing or make an invention, it will give the benefit to the community. What these, benefit you are giving to the, humanity or society in which you are living. Instead, you are wasting billion gallons of water, and also you are getting this disease, skin disease, forehead disease, knee disease. So what is the purpose of this? And these people, the religious people, the most important thing for them, not for humanity or society betterment, is their, donation, it's their charity. They are living upon you, they are all parasite. So I have given you this, that these diseases, if you go for prayer, the rugs are dirty, so protect yourself. And leave this. Let me talk to this Hazreswar, Blackstone. I have seen what the people are doing. Oh. And they try to kiss this Blackstone, they are pushing each other. And they are, giving the disease to each other because the people are sick, they are patient of TB, they are patient of AIDS, and they are kissing all this. Thank you very much.